The British Prime Minister had promised a strong and stable government to lead Britain out of Europe, but recent weeks have been anything but. Theresa May's battling a string of crises, some with grave implications for more than just the government. A blunder by the Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson could see one British woman imprisoned in Iran have her sentence doubled. Nazanin Zaghari-Ratcliffe's been jailed for 5 years, accused of spreading propaganda about the regime. Johnson complicated matters by claiming she'd been teaching journalism in the country. Zaghari-Ratcliffe had worked for the BBC and Thomson Reuters Foundation, but insisted her trip to Iran had been a family visit.
What everybody in this House wants to see is Nazanin Zaghari-Ratcliffe released.
Johnson's now planning to travel to Iran before the end of the year.
Very nice to meet you.
Another scandal involves International Development Secretary Priti Patel. She was forced to apologise after holding 12 secret meetings with Israeli officials, including Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, all while she was meant to be on a family holiday. It's believed she suggested some of Britain's aid budget go to the Israeli army to help injured Syrians being treated in military hospitals. The political establishment's also been engulfed in a sexual harassment scandal that forced the resignation of Defence Secretary Michael Fallon.
Is it right that Downing Street investigate you?
The Deputy Prime Minister, Damien Green, Theresa May's closest allies, also been accused of sexual harassment and of having extreme pornography on his computer. He denies the claims. Under normal circumstances, these errors, whether made deliberately or not, could be grounds for dismissal for breach of this, the ministerial code that governs MPs' conduct and behaviour. It's currently under review. But of course, these aren't normal times. Theresa May has very few close allies left.
Wherever you look, you see political crisis, sometimes to do with sexual harassment, sometimes to do with secret bilateral deals, sometimes to do with their own gaffes and ineptitude as to the kind of statements that they put out. You were looking at a sort of omni-scandal that is hitting the government day after day after day, and those who are loyal to Theresa May, already very, very few, slipping away.
Watching all of this from Brussels, where Brexit talks are at a standstill, are leaders of the EU. The view from Europe's of a British government sinking deeper into turmoil. Neave, Al Jazeera, London.